Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the TMZ Podcast. Derek and Jaime here. How you doing?
I'm good.
We've got a three-pack of news. I want to start with what is the biggest divorce news in a long while at TMZ. It's Kevin Costner. So Kevin Costner is in the middle of a divorce. His wife of 18 years. This is a very long-term marriage, although not Kevin's first. Kevin is a man in his late 60s, so he's been around for long enough to have several long-term marriages. But his wife filed this divorce after 18 years, wife Christine. And, you know, you get the usual irreconcilable differences. He obviously has a prenup. He's asking for her to leave the home in his response. So things could get a little bit nasty in this divorce. But I want to talk a little bit about what Kevin was feeling when this was filed, because Kevin says he was blindsided. He was stunned by this divorce. Remember, Kevin's involved in a very popular television show, the Yellowstone show, which I believe is a franchise. He may even be involved in the other iterations of this franchise, but it's huge and it's a big deal to shoot it. It's shot very quickly by Hollywood standards. So he's away on location for long stretches of time. And he says he gets this divorce filing, didn't know it was coming, and feels blindsided by it.
Blindsided.
Do you buy it? My first question is, because was Kevin Costner didn't know there were trouble in his marriage?
So today is the news that we've learned that the word, quote, blindsided.
Yes.
I knew it was weird from the beginning from the rep statement. I'm just going to reread what we got a few days ago.
Please do. It's the oddest rep statement I've ever heard.
It almost sounds like, have you ever been in a foreign country and needed to use Google Translate?
Yes.
It seems like somebody wrote in a completely different language and was like, man, how do we make this English?
I feel like his rep, perhaps agent or publicist, put it into an AI machine and said, ChatGPT, please write statement about blindside divorce.
And this is what it came up with. It is with great sadness that circumstances beyond his control have transpired, which have resulted in Mr. Costner having to participate in a dissolution of marriage action.
This is not a human. I'm convinced we were talking to ChatGPT and we said, ChatGPT, do you represent Kevin? Yes. And we returned this because it's very odd. It's written in third person. When you have a divorce, you have three kids who are like young kids. They're teenagers, 12, 13, 14, that kind of age. This is a long-term marriage. To give a statement in the third person like that that talks about the dissolution of marriage action.
To participate.
Yeah, to participate.
You know what I'm going to do today? Yeah. I'm going to sign up for a dissolution of marriage.
Yeah. Wondering if you wanted to join me.
Oh, my gosh.
Participate. It's very...
So that was the first red flag.
Yeah.
The blindsided thing, to me,
I never buy it. I'll come out and say it. I never buy blindsided.
I buy it. I buy completely. He's
Go ahead.
blindsided, but it's because you dirty dog. You did some shit that you got caught. That's what it is.
So potentially you don't think he knew he was caught and the blindsiding is like, oh, she knows something.
You're blindsided. That is not a lie. He was blindsided.
You don't think a fight maybe before you file for divorce?
You don't file for divorce after 18 years without hard evidence that something went down. And listen, I'm not saying every celeb is a dirty dog, but 99% are. All I'm saying is... And
there are rumors circulating, which he has denied all these rumors. There were rumors that someone was impregnated on the set of Yellowstone. Kevin has said he adamantly denies it. It's total BS. Although that is grounds
but where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Do you know what I mean? Even if no one got pregnant... Whatever. If there's rumors on set, there's no rumors going around TMZ that you're sleeping with people.
I'd love to have some rumors. I would love to have just a few rumors that were plausible.
That would be ridiculous.
You know how much it would add to my street cred if I was man, that guy's a real Lothario around the office.
Exactly one thing of street cred. That's what you would get.
Zero cred.
Zero. And so where there's smoke, there's fire. Then there was kind of a comment. So yes, there was rumors that somebody got pregnant, which I don't know how that's a rumor. If there's a pregnant woman on set, there's a pregnant, that is what it is.
Yeah, those rumors tend to grow over time.
They do. And then eventually they go away.
Yes.
And then they grow more.
He says BS. He says total BS. So we have to sort of get that out there.
But that's my thing, that even commenting on that seems weird. If you go to a pool party and you stand up and you say, hey guys, I just want you to know I did not pee in the pool.
Right.
I'm immediately like, yes, you did. Yes, you did pee in the pool. Why are we talking about this,
It is a weird announcement. Hey, Gladys is pregnant. Not mine. No one asked you, Kevin. No one asked whether this was your baby. We thought Gladys was happily married to someone else. But thanks for letting us know.
That's the vibe I'm getting,
It's a little strange.
It's weird, to even comment on that where it just should have been. And that the rumors that, I guess he's done with the show, which
Yes.
I suppose if you did do something, you might step away.
I just find blindsided, like maybe I'll lay out a scenario that makes it maybe he was blindsided and feels genuinely surprised by this divorce. There's an age gap between Kevin Costner and this woman, and he's such a figure of enormous stature. By the time they got together, I think it was like the early 2000s. Are there certain marriages where like he's such a big star that she would just feel nervous about having a confrontation and would rather just say, hey, this guy cheated on me. I don't want Kevin, who's so charming and such a big star, to sort of bully me and try to defend himself. I'm just going to file because I heard something and I don't like it.
I hear
and she's
you, but
sort of
not-
scared.
not-
Not scared like physically.
No, I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying, but I just, no, 18 years and 3 kids, no.
Yeah.
No.
He's just Kevin.
And they're not
He's-
like new kids where she's like, shoot, I have to have the best life. They're like teenagers.
I
Like
agree.
something, I believe you're blindsided, but that doesn't mean that you didn't do so. Like, you could be blindsided and still have done something. It's
Yeah.
just, like, you're like, man, I thought I covered my tracks so well that I am shocked that this came out.
Yes, the narrative is weird to me because when he says blindsided, I think he's trying to maybe control the narrative to think that maybe she fell out of love for some reason. When you say you're blindsided, it sounds as though you're like, I thought everything was going fine. Is there something you want to tell me about
Yeah.
your life? Is he trying to sort of
Switch the narrative?
Switch the narrative. I don't know. Look, Kevin Costner, when you read a divorce like this is not two like Instagram influencers who are a mess.
Yeah.
This is a very manicured public image.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Costner, although he had that messy divorce where it cost him $80 million, and now apparently he has the previous divorce.
Yeah.
You know, he is a guy who grooms his image. To be a leading man on a show like Yellowstone, you have to have values. If you ever see him talk in public, he says he led a sort of dignified life and all of that stuff because he has a brand. And this would be harmful to his brand if he's out there sort of carousing. So it sounds like he's like shifting the narrative to be the wounded sort of victim here.
Maybe. I do also think that he could have been totally blindsided, that maybe there was no fight, there was no conversation. She found something out, went immediately to the attorney, and that is absolutely blindsiding if after 18 years there's not a conversation, it's just filed.
100%. If she files something after 18 years is a long marriage. I can't imagine. We haven't been married 18 years. This is not his first marriage, but it's his longest.
Yeah.
And so
3 kids.
It's 3 kids.
Yeah.
It's upsetting. I mean, it's sort of sad on a human
It's
level.
sad
I
for
don't-
everybody.
Yeah.
You know. And I don't know who did what, if someone did what, but where there's smoke, there's fire. There's more to this story, and I can't wait.
I can't wait to
figure
find out.
out
There's also, I
what.
wanted to mention that the kids are of the age where it's like, it's bad. You know,
It's
it's like
hard.
they are teenagers. They are fully aware of who their father is, what was
Mm-hmm.
going on. They may know more about this. It's just sad because it's going to be impactful in some negative way, but hopefully not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to more frivolous but interesting news. Taylor Swift's dating life. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, it sounds like she's in love.
All right.
Okay, Matty Healy from 1975, the band.
Can you guys hear eyes rolling on podcasts? 'Cause
I
she's been in love many, many times.
don't know what you're
I don't know
talking
when I'm
about.
supposed to
This
care,
is
but go
it.
on.
So apparently they've been together for like 2 months. Like they're like obsessed with each other. Madly in love is the term that was used.
Yes. He's not a nobody. He's in a big
not
band,
a nobody,
right?
and he has a great track record of very attractive women. He apparently dated Taylor back in 2014.
Okay.
So they're making a second round.
Circling back.
Yes. He has been with FKA Twigs, and he has also been with Halsey.
Wow. So he's got a roster
He's got
himself.
a nice roster. He's
He's been sort of like stepping up the ladder.
Yes.
For FKA Twigs is great. She was Shia LaBeouf's ex,
Yeah.
but Halsey's a step up from
Yep.
that, and then you got Taylor Swift.
and then you got Taylor Swift.
Incredible.
Which is interesting. He's got kind of a vibe of her producer Jack Antonoff.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't have picked him out of a lineup to be like, oh yeah, that's Taylor Swift's type. Like
Yeah.
her last boyfriend Joe Alwyn, I think was like very clean cut, just like a beautiful looking dude.
Do you think she has a type? It's interesting you say that. Joe Alwyn was definitely clean cut blonde. She dated Jake Gyllenhaal, who is, dark eyebrows and dark hair. She dates John Mayer, who's the town Lothario. Like, she doesn't have much of a
No,
type.
I know exactly the kind of girl. She goes after the soul. She
Yes.
loves an artist.
I couldn't agree more.
You
This
know?
guy is got like a musician soul
Oh,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Jack Antonoff, I always thought they would date.
Yes.
But he was with Lena Dunham at the time when they were working
and
heavily
now
together.
he's engaged to Margaret Qualley.
But I could just see her like them having like long conversations where
Yeah.
she like has her knees up and
Ugh.
holding like hot tea
A
while
big
they
old
write
sweater.
songs.
She's wearing
Oh,
a big sweater.
She's very
It's
irritating.
so chilly.
Are you cold, Jack? I need to write a song about it. There's something about her that rubs me the
Well,
wrong way. But
it's just everything's so contrived. Like
Yeah.
and I don't even know the poor girl, but like, yes,
she's
I
been
know
famous
exactly.
for so long.
No,
I
they
just-
stay up all night sipping wine, and he's just like strumming the guitar, and they're just riffing and writing things in journals. And
I watched some of that documentary, and it's true. It's like, kind of like who she is and what she wants to present as well, because there's like scenes of her cold. There's something about her
lot
that
of
like
sweater work.
bothers me.
A
Yeah,
lot of
she's
sweater
like,
work.
Oh, yeah, put that in, and then she'll write it. And I always hate when people are writing in longhand. You obviously sit at a laptop when you write these days. I wanna
or
have
on your
cursive.
phone, or like yeah.
It's very lame to me. Anyway.
So, but apparently, so they're saying there was zero overlap of her and Joe Alwyn, because of course people are going to go look at that timeline.
Yeah.
But I was surprised. I don't know why I thought he dumped her. I know the Swifties
Why
will
did you think
disagree
that?
with me.
Yeah.
Maybe just because she was on tour. I mean, I guess it's all an act of like the sadness, and we have to change the colors
Right.
of the background. And yeah, I guess I got hoodwinked. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I never really had a strong feeling one way or another about what happened with Joe Alwyn. My sense from like 1,000-foot perspective, just looking down on it, is why would Joe Alwyn, who is a relative nobody to Taylor Swift, break
Yeah.
up? You usually cling on to that driftwood for dear life. You know,
That's true.
that's who made Joe Alwyn relevant. His acting career is fine, but it hasn't really sort of shot off into the stratosphere.
She's that Titanic
and
door.
she's so exactly. Why did you let
And
go,
she-
Jack?
Rose just pushed him off.
She just sort of lifts up each finger until
Excuse
he
me, Joe.
drifts off
Gonna
into the.
have to give you a little
Have
push.
fun in the North Atlantic, and I'm gonna go ahead and ride this thing until I get rescued. All right, so maybe they're dating, or it sounds like they
It
are.
sounds
dating.
like they're
madly
in
in love
love.
is a hell of a report.
It'll be interesting when I feel like she learned her lesson of her past relationships. I was going to say it'll be interesting when they have their debutante, but they might never. She never really did with Joe.
Yeah, I wonder if so. It sounds like they dated before. I want to like Matt Healy. Is there sort of a nervousness when Taylor Swift wants to date you? It sounds like she's very high emotion. She's madly in love, and to me, those kind of emotions are not sustainable. It'd be, I'd be worried if Taylor was madly in love with me, because that only curdles. If you start on the mountaintop, there's only room to go down and disappoint Taylor. So if you want to have a slow burn to a relationship.
See, you're thinking like Joe though, and I feel like Matty has a very different vibe. You don't date Halsey, and you don't date like
Right.
FKA Twigs
He got
without
some
knowing
swagger.
exactly who
Okay.
you are.
Got
Yes.
it. So he's got more maybe confidence than an Alwyn. So we'll see.
He's the alpha.
He can hang.
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, let's see where it goes with Matt Healy. All right. I want to shift to some sadder news that is going on, which is just absolutely cast sort of a pall over the week. It's Jamie Foxx is still hospitalized, but has finally broken his silence after 3 weeks in the hospital following a serious medical emergency. He was filming that movie. I forget the name of the film. Do you remember the name of the film?
forget.
It was with Cameron Diaz. It's coming out on Netflix at some point. It's supposed to be sort of Cameron Diaz's entree back into celebrity, but Jamie Foxx suffered some sort of emergency. He's been in the hospital and getting lots of support. The first report we got was that he was communicating, but we haven't heard much since then. And this was about 3 weeks ago. So there's a lot of concern. If you're in a hospital for an extended period of time, that raises a lot of red flags about your condition, because typically they want to get you out of the hospital and recovering at home. It's not a safe place to be. There's staph infections. You don't want to be in a hospital unless things are critical. But he has now finally posted on Instagram, because there was a lot of sort of nervousness. He was replaced, at least in the interim, with Nick Cannon on his show that he produces, Beat Shazam, the game show.
But I think
And
it's worth
people are like,
noting.
oh, wow.
I think it's worth noting that really was not supposed to be revealed. Kelly Osbourne,
Yes.
who is also filling in for Jamie's daughter on that show, she posted a video on her Instagram yesterday, which has now been taken down, that she's just on set, and she clearly did not mean to capture this part, but you hear the host say, "Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nick Cannon."
Yes.
So that came out. So I'm saying the only reason Jamie was I feel like forced to comment is because everyone was like, wait, Nick Cannon's filling in for Jamie.
Yes.
And then
The double is on the movie. Like, things are strange.
and this is the red flag to me. So Corinne, his daughter, is usually the DJ on Beat Shazam, but Kelly Osbourne is. If my dad was doing well, I would still go to work and just be
Yes.
like, Dad's doing great. Thanks for thinking of him.
Right.
He'll be back soon. But the fact that they're like, no, Corinne's going to be not here.
It makes you think she's bedside in a
Yes.
hospital monitoring her father round the clock.
Yes.
It's very, very concerning. And I'm not sure what he released on Instagram allays all of the concerns because Jamie Foxx is super talented, super charismatic. What he's releasing on Instagram are notes,
And
like written.
What people are saying is it's not Jamie.
Right. And look, Jamie's obviously very successful, has people manage his social media. It does say, appreciate all the love, feeling blessed. But these are sort of, and he also said to Nick Cannon, appreciate you, my boy. See you all soon. So he's giving positive messages that he's recovering, but he's not doing them on video, which is very concerning.
We saw Jeremy Renner on video.
Exactly. Jeremy Renner got
run over by a
snowplow,
snowcat,
and we
yes.
had him talking. He's done a full Jane Pauley interview. When people are concerned and they're able to allay some
Even
of
a
the public's
selfie,
concern.
just a selfie of you from bed, peace sign, hey, miss y'all.
It's alarming. And you're right. The Corinne, I didn't even think of it, not being by his bedside is actually the most concerning piece of evidence. That and not having the video
if he's
of him.
communicating still and doing great, Jamie is he's very image based. It's just true. It's just part of his brand. He would say, "Get your ass to work,
Right?
And I'll be there soon."
Now, the one positive piece of evidence that I would draw from this is that Nick Cannon isn't somberly sort of taking over. There was a video where he was like sort of excitedly, hey, like as if I'm filling in here, but it's no big deal. Everything's okay. And I think if he had sort of come out in a more sort of serious fashion and said, everyone knows what Jamie's dealing with, thoughts and prayers to him, but I'll fill in for the time being in sort of a downbeat mode.
Yeah.
I think I would be even more concerned that something serious is going on, but to be so upbeat, it'll be really discordant if Jamie Foxx is suffering, right?
No, everything's a plan. Everything is a strategic PR plan.
Oh, gosh.
I know.
It's very concerning because he's so
because
vibrant.
we're truly in the dark. And that's,
Yeah.
we usually kind of, even like things that maybe we wouldn't share to the public, but working
Yes.
at TMZ, we know, wink, wink, we know nothing.
I've gotten more text messages. Hey, what's the real deal
No
on Jamie
idea.
Foxx? I don't know.
Truly
I
don't
don't know. We are learning this in real time with other people. Like you said, his image is very tightly guarded. They're keeping this very, very private. But I'm still quite concerned. Seeing Instagram messages that say thanks for the support, feeling blessed, do very little to make me feel like comforted.
Yes.
That'll do it for today. We'll see you guys next time.